Thank you very much for staying with us. You're watching the news on Muvi television. My name is Saidlis Nkonjara to present you the headlines. New Dawn government goes into introspection over Forest 27. Mazembe disappears. Economist Yusuf Dodia says the $1.4 billion IMF loan is a drop in the ocean. NDC faction ratifies Mwenyamusenge as interim president. Pan-African activist awakens African leaders, advises them to move away from donor aid. Southern Province Minister dispels farmer input crisis claims. Northwest Minister applauds Barrick Lumwana mine for investment in Kalumbila district. To present you with the news in detail, my name is Saidlis Nkonjara. Minister of Lands and Environmental Protection Elijah Muchima says government is still waiting for an extensive technical report before any action is taken on the controversial Forest number 27 land. Muchima says government cannot just take action without fully understanding the situation and the procedure, hence citizens must exercise patience. He says handling the case of Forest 27 is a delicate matter as there are some innocent people involved. Therefore, thorough and diligent work has to be taken first. Mr. Muchima emphasized that the matter is being handled with the fairness required as it is a subject of concern to every well-meaning Zambian. Now, former Republican President Edgar Lungu some years back signed statutory instrument number 62 of 2017 degazetting the forest number 27. The forest is a recharge area for Chalimbana and Chongwe rivers and has been a source of environmental concern. Economist Yusuf Dodia says the recent staff agreement of $1.4 billion loan with the International Monetary Fund IMF and Zambia is a drop in the ocean given the country's indebtedness and the economy that is mainly run by foreign investors. Mr. Dodia says as long as the country's major economic affairs in the mining sector do not benefit the country, debt and sustainability will remain a challenge. Speaking in an interview with Muvi TV News, Mr. Dodia expressed worry at the country's continued borrowing, which he says might come with stiff conditions, which has the potential to compromise the country's sovereign economy. He adds the government should put in place mechanisms to locally build the economy and put the country's economy in the local people, as opposed to the culture of continued borrowing. He has wondered why government is silent on the IMF conditions to the $1.4 billion loan and why the lenders have decided leaders in handling matters of the state.
Economist Yusuf Dodia has urged government to work at internalizing earnings from the mining sector if the country is to be economically self-reliant. Commenting on the recently announced staff-level agreement between the Zambian government and the International Monetary Fund IMF for a loan of $1.4 billion, Mr. Dodia is of the view that the intervention will have minimal impact on the country's economic and debt situation.
The new development is that the IMF are offering a $1.4 billion loan to be disbursed over 3 years. So basically that's roughly about $500 million per year to cover the $1.4 billion. Now for Zambia, if you look at just our debt servicing demand in 2022 of 78 billion kwacha, which translates to about $3 billion. This is a drop in the ocean in terms of special drawing rights and even in terms of the loan.
He says the country should find ways of earning enough from its natural resources, especially in the mining sector, to grow the economy and avoid borrowing that might come with compromising conditions.
Government is still expecting about 29% of the budget to be funded by foreign financing and grants, and that's a huge amount. That's 1/3 of the national budget. Generally, it comes with conditions, and these conditions may be conditions that we as a nation are not happy to succumb to. You saw what happened in terms of gay rights debate that's been raging in Zambia and in the media regarding Zambia. These are all the issues that are going to have to be confronted when we are looking at getting support, the 30% budget support from foreign financing and grants.
For Muvi TV News, I'm Afias Kaptula in Lusaka.
The National Democratic Congress, NDC, has announced that Mwenya Musenge has been ratified by the party's governing council as interim president. The now Mwenya Musenge-led faction Secretary General James Wamunyima says the party believes that Mr. Musenge is the right and sellable candidate to continue growing the party before the next party convention in 2022. Speaking during a press briefing, Mr. Wamunyima also disclosed that Maxiuda Mulasukwanda has been elevated to the position of national chairperson in an acting capacity after relieving former chairperson Richard Luonde of his duties. NDC has been divided into two organs, one led by Savoy Imboela and the other now under Mwenya Musenge, who took over from Mr. Joseph Akafumba, who was recently appointed as permanent secretary in the Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security. Now, persons with disabilities in Zambia have called for more engagement and better access to the social cash transfer program. Speaking in a walk-in interview, Disabilities Unify Organization Chairlady Grace Nakonde says many disabled people are being left out despite being registered for the social cash transfer program, stating that it is high time the new government remembers the disabled people in the country as they are facing a lot of discrimination. She has further called on the new Dawn government to ensure that their rights are respected.
In the social cash transfer, but ni disability ni bemesa anavaka ni vokwana pesa pana naenda kufizio pani tumamindo vosi pani tuma vosi vichaberu kumameso chatu paka doctor sign kipepa napeleka kwa jisi maji ntawo yolandira drama banekula pasi cha bana bangono chatu pata ndizo banja nipe pogwira nane msazamini za social cash transfer ija pia for government ya boma ya jasira inasirilamu ni pati nalembeza sina landira polo alongo bana kulandia na bana bangono 25 years 30 years 40 years what in 68 years plus I'm entitled kulandia drums kwa nyole man pure niona cha chusi so pasta bana bangono so ine chini wa mazini kakoze amu Zambia ni na rage born in Zambia, educated in Zambia, employed in Zambia, and I will die in Zambia. So I'm a full Zambian citizen. Mazani taila kuti. Manje wanani ni kuti kwa mini nga chite piskwet. Mesa number 22. Kwa sababu nature bilibuli na wakazi wanatu ya 96. Manje nipo pokwila.
Tupemba shuwa kuti at least wamene wafunika tandizo mwe wantu hapa asa. Inesiri ponte namba na kutenga kwa cash transfer. But futi akamuza mavuto wangu apasoyenda uzachita uzacho sakatu kama mutumba manzatu wamene kuti ife tulisebenza voluntary but kuti yangu kangono yangu kuti nipeze kangono ichoka saka tenze na against war old from London benzobwera kutupunzisa kwa tisezobwera ko vuno futi ati simana foreste bakunchito ni kusoba DC akabatia ifeso waka foreste bantu ipameza zasebenza so mwe bantu tuganisire ngo msawone kuti pano ndise bole mala bali banyicho we are many kuli na tubana tungono wakutubena ngo babakana na chikwati chisire chifukwa bala bole mala.
A story earlier read where the Minister of Lands and Environmental Protection Elijah Muchima says government is still waiting for an extensive technical report before any action is taken on the controversial Forest Number 27 land. Muchima says government cannot just take action without fully understanding the situation and the procedure, hence citizens must exercise patience.
There are certain innocent people within there, and it's not about how the land was given out. But what damage has been done? There are three phases: phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. And also a government institution is there. How do you separate? What does this separate? We need a technical report that can back us up. Mind you, it was gazetted by a president. He used presidential powers. The question is, did he have powers or not? And even if we gazette it, you cannot look backwards, you have to go forward. At the moment, we need to use a technical report that can give us authority to do whatever we want to do. It's not about hatred for any person. We have to do correct thing. And we are slow for good purpose.
The National Democratic Congress NDC has announced that Musenge has been ratified by the party's governing council as interim president. The now Musenge-led faction Secretary General James Wamunyima says the party believes Mr. Musenge is the right and sellable candidate to continue growing the party before the next party convention in 2022. Speaking during a press briefing, Mr. Wamunyima also disclosed that Maxiuda Mulasigwanda has been elevated to the position of national chairperson in an acting capacity after relieving former chairperson Richard Luonde of his duties. NDC has been divided into two organs, one led by Savoy Imboela and the other now under Musenge, who took over from Joseph Sakafumba after being appointed permanent secretary in the Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security.
I filed that appointment, and yesterday all 10 provinces were represented. As a CEO, I conducted the elections, and there was no opposition that was given from all our members, confirming that Musenge was the right material and the tradable merchandise we have right now. So Musenge, as we stand, is our president, and will continue being our president until we go for convention, where we are going to elect our president and other executive positions. But for now, Musenge has a backing from the entire NDC National Governing Council, including myself. There was also another important change that was made yesterday. We decided as well to let go of our former national chairperson, Father Luonde, on one or two reasons, and his deputy, Mrs. Mulasigwanda, took over as our interim national chairperson, of who we believe she will continue acting until the day and time we have the convention. We made other changes, of course, but for now, I think that was the most cardinal announcement I wanted to make.
A Zambian Pan-African activist, Costin Jongo, says the economic challenges faced by many African countries today are largely attributed to the continued dependence mentality on donor aid from superpowers countries by African leaders. Speaking when he featured on Muvi TV's special interview, Mr. Chongo says it is high time that African leaders moved away from thinking about donor aid and began to prudently utilize the natural and mineral resources the continent has been blessed with. He has charged that Africa is endowed with resources such as rivers, lakes, and other minerals that can help nations to develop and later compete with donor countries. News on Muvi Television. We take our first commercial break. Join us on the other side for more stories. Stay tuned.
much of life, you've got to choose your game and who you play with. Your people. You get what I mean?
Oh, that is so true, Mr. Easy.
Because when you need a bit of support, there's the people you can count on. People who are there for you, no matter what.
Guess we are always here for them.
Choose who to play with.
With Bet Power, you can chat, message, or call real people round the clock. This advertisement is brought to you by Bet Power.
Chill, my guy. She sparkles.
Do you guys have anything big?
Oh, a boy.
Big soft drinks.
Taste the fun. Big soft drinks come in different flavors.
Yo, Banji! I'm very sure. How come your crop is far much better than mine? I mean, we are neighbors. My farm is right next to yours.
My dear, this is an open secret.
Tell me.
I switched to Seedco ever since. My harvest has been good.
Seedco?
Seedco has got the right seed for every farmland.
Sure.
See, my friend, I'm telling you, just contact them and find out which is the right seed for you.
Increase your yield this season by using Seedco Climate Smart Seeds. Call or visit your nearest Seedco depot for more details on our Climate Smart products. Seedco, it starts with the right seed.
Sincere apologies for that delayed transmission. This was due to technical glitch at base. We now continue. A resident of Minwood Ndeke area in Chongwe district has bemoaned Zesco Limited's slow response to resolve a 5-day power outage in the area. Jab Mutale has told Muvi TV News that life has come to a standstill in the area as power is used to pump water and perishable foodstuffs in the freezers have gone to waste. Speaking to Muvi TV News, Mrs. Mutale has called on Zesco to improve its response time to incidences of power blackouts. However, by broadcast time, Zesco workers were seen working on some power installations in the area, while Zesco Senior Public Relations Manager John Kunda says he is not aware of the power blackout in the area.
There's electricity blackout affecting some parts of Lusaka's Minwood Ndeke Phase 3 area has left this resident fuming. Jabu Mutale has told this reporter that the electricity blackout has negatively affected her daily livelihood, and Zesco has remained mute over the matter.
Here in Minwood Ndeke Phase 3, part of it, there's been no power for 5 days now. And Zesco is not really saying anything. They came the last 2 days and yesterday they didn't come. You know, obviously power, no power for 5 days. It's horrible. We use tank for water, so we haven't had water. We have to borrow electricity from across the neighbor. That's very inconveniencing. Got small children, food in the freezer is spoiled. Phone has been off for 5 days. How do you work like that?
She has called on the country's electricity utility firm to improve on its customer relations.
They work on the system. You can't have 5 days no power. There needs to be rapid response. You can't have 5 days no power. That's very inconveniencing. You know, I thought this new Dawn government is supposed to, you know, make things, what did we say? He'll fix it. Is this fixing it? This is not right.
And a check by this reporter in the area revealed some Zesco workers attending to some electricity installations. When contacted over the matter, Zesco Senior Corporate Affairs Manager John Kunda was unaware of the situation and promised to get back to this reporter. For Muvi TV News, I'm Afias Kaptula in Lusaka.
We retake a story earlier read where a Zambian Pan-African activist, Costin Chongo, says the economic challenges faced by many African countries today are largely attributed to the continued dependence mentality on dollar aid from superpowers countries by African leaders. Speaking when he featured on Muvi TV's special interview, Mr. Chongo says it is high time that African leaders moved away from thinking about donor aid and began to prudently utilize the natural and mineral resources the continent has been blessed with.
And this is the concern which we have when we ask the question to say, what effects did this division brought to the Africans? One, the Africans were not involved in the division. Families, kingdoms were shared without their consent. If you had a family which lived here in Zambia and the boundary passes in between your yard, it means for you to jump to your family, you need to have a passport to access those. So restrictions in movements. Africans were restricted, massacred, killed at the entrance of other territories, which were divided without their consent. Africans, if I want to trade with another, good market out there, I need some documents and permits for me to move from here to trade from you who is just meters away from me. I need clearance to move here. It really, crippled Africans in terms of trade, social, the way we interacted, the way we traded, we exchanged goods, we exchanged skills. Africans could no longer move around in their own continent, which was divided by somebody who was not an African. So now, to which extent have this, left us? Where has it left us as African, citizens, indigenous Africans? We are saying that we did not request for these borders. We did not request for these boundaries. And therefore, we are saying that if we need progress in the African continent, let us free Africa. Let us open Africa to an African. I do not need permit to go to Nigeria.
Increased cases of early marriages have worried a traditional leader in Chief Kalasa Lukangawa's area of Mansa district, Luapula province. Village head woman Rita Chama of Chama Rita village has told Muvi TV News that cases of early marriages have increased in Chief Kalasa Lukangawa's area despite measures put in place by Chief Kalasa Lukangawa to curb the vice. The traditional leader says it is unfortunate that most of the girls are getting married even at 14 years.
As Zambia joins the rest of the world in commemorating 16 days of activism for gender-based violence with the theme Orange the World, End Violence Against Women Now. Different stakeholders, including non-governmental organizations across the world, are conducting different activities aimed to reduce and end gender-based violence. Plan International Zambia has conducted an outreach program in Mansa, Chief Kalasa Lukangawa's area. Village aid women have expressed their worries over the increase of child marriages in the chiefdom.
Tulakutabalia abafyashi n'omwana twabepusha kinshimwa bikira omwana pamo limwe abafyashi batupera ita ansa ya kutira ati twena inetenevo bene fyabeni abana
mwana wesukuru ngakwata efumu mwabasenda bonse babiri bayamudya kukwine kubungwa mwalanda nangutwatwala kumusumba mwaitana kuba mwine mushirango abadi 4 mwaikatana ero mwasenda udya muntu ushekona tete fibombe fyo okufya abana kwachira limbi kadi kusukuru kapeshe sukuru 24.
Meanwhile, Vincent Kauma explains the need for dialogue.
Ekyo kikimusango nga bashita tufuire twachipwisha mchalo chesu cha Zambia pakutira na mayo alikwata ensamo shitata nawo alikwata ensamo ekyo ilo waupa omwana kashita chirepiribulo kutira waupa bola nangu waupa punching bag icho tufile okubona kuchakutila umukashi wesu nikafwa wesu nga halufyanya tufile tuwaikala panshi nokulanshanya pamongolu kwa pakutila elyo lyashi yachepanako nangungate.
Reporting for Muvi TV News in Man.
The Ministry of Health in Luapula Province has intensified the COVID-19 vaccination exercise in an effort to fight the pandemic. Speaking during the COVID-19 vaccine exercise conducted at Down Newby Station, Kafusha Kalelwa says the COVID-19 vaccine is meant for prevention and has dispelled insinuations that it is a sign of the beast, commonly known as 666, which is making most people shun away from being vaccinated. He has advised citizens who have not yet gotten vaccinated to quickly do so, as advised by the government. And Mansa District Health Director Dr. Maron Chunda says that the target is to vaccinate more citizens in accordance with the ministry's directive.
As the world experiences the fourth wave of COVID-19, Omicron, which has hit 11 countries in Africa, Zambia has raised its standard in preventive measures against the further spread of COVID-19, following the directive given by Health Minister Sylvia Masebo, among them ensuring that people working in public offices get vaccinated. A spot check conducted at one of the places where the exercise is taking place at Down Newby Market in Mansa District. Some people who spoke shortly after taking the vaccine explained why it is important for everyone to be vaccinated.
Uyumuti ni prevention. Necha lengo kwati mfike pakwe batu kwisatundisha ni pamulandu wa bulwere bwaisa. Ayatema politics yo. Ero nechikankala sanye chilipo abantu abenge baleka no kutundisha nyereti pamulandu wakwe bati ba Christian balelanda at A666 iyo mkwai
taking the step of getting vaccinated with Johnson & Johnson. So I'm also just encouraging other people to take the same step.
And Mansa District Health Director Dr. Maron Chunda disclosed that the exercise will be taking place in different places.
Following the new measures that were recently announced by the Honorable Minister of Health on Sunday, 28th November 2021, from that time up to date, we've managed to vaccinate 3,842. Let me take this opportunity to mention that after the new measures were announced, we've seen a significant improvement in the turnout of clients for vaccination. Because in the past, a period of 1 week, we would only manage to vaccinate 700 clients.
And Luapula Province Health Director Dr. Peter Wali assured the public of the vaccine's safety.
Because the target that we have to actually vaccinate by 23rd of December is 186,152 individuals. So if you look at that target versus the time that we have, it means we can't wait for our people to come to those static facilities in health.
They say prevention is better than cure. Hence, it is important for everyone to be vaccinated for prevention measures. Helen Chisha reporting for Muvi TV News in Mansa.
The 3-kilometer stretch of Petauke-Nyampande is finally being upgraded through the effort of Nsanzala Member of Parliament Elias Daka, following concerns from his electorate. Mr. Daka says he has recorded a lot of complaints from his people prior to and post-election campaigns.
Nyampande, the road between Dani and farms. People have been complaining about this road, and I earlier said that this road is on government program. It is under World Bank. So we are doing these measures just to ease the movement of our people, so that our people have access to town and back to the village. Like during this time of rain season, it is very difficult for our people to move. So So we took an initiative as an office of the MP so that we work on this road.
Watching the news on Muvi television, we take a short break. When we are back, the Health Professions Council of Zambia, HPCZ, has welcomed the recent conviction and sentencing of Ruben Mumba, a grade 11 school dropout of Mpulungu district in Northern Province, who was masquerading as a health practitioner. We have that story coming up. With more stories, stay tuned.
Place a bet, search on the web, or get the app. OneXBet Bookmaker Company.
As COVID-19 cases keep rising, many business entities are affected and their revenue keeps going down. But together, we can fight COVID-19. Rumpi Enterprises provides you and your organization the safety you require in these hard times of the COVID-19 pandemic by using effective disinfectants procedures such as knockdown and residual disinfecting that helps prevent and get rid of COVID-19. We do knockdown and residual disinfecting procedures for homes, offices, hospitals, churches, and many more. Protect yourself and the people around you and get your business running with our powerful trusted disinfectants. Call Rumpi Enterprises on 0955 767835 or 0955 992230 or come to the third floor, room 3, Tazara House, corner of Dedan Kimati and Independence Avenue.
dominate the aerial ball. They too tall.
We will handle the pressure and smash them on the break.
The number 9 has scored in their last 5 games. The passing will be quick, decisive, precisely.
There will be drama in the dying minute.
This match will mean more than 3 points. They will have the home ground advantage. This is why I bet.
This is why I bet.
This is why I bet. Betway.
Fairview University College is enrolling students for the January-April 2022 intake in the following: School of Education, Bachelor of Education in Early Childhood Education, Bachelor of Education in Primary Education, Bachelor of Education in Secondary Education, Bachelor of Education in Special Education, Diploma in Early Childhood Education, Diploma in Primary Education, Diploma in Secondary Education, Diploma in Special Education, Certificate in Early Childhood Education, School of Humanities and Social Sciences, Diploma in Public Relations, School of Hotel and Tourism, Diploma in Food and Production, Diploma in Front Office, Diploma in Food and Beverages Management, Diploma in Hospitality and Events Management, and Diploma in Sales and Marketing. For more information, visit us at Regent College along Kwazi Road or the North Mid Campus at plot number 11 Luamba Road, Lusaka, or call us on 0955 787114 or 0966 787114 or 0977 787114. Fairview University College. We aim at excellence.
So here's how to pay using Airtel Money. Ensure your decoder is turned on and tuned to channel 1. Dial *778#, then select the option that says Make Payment. Select Pay TV, then select Muvi TV. Enter the 12-digit smart card number, then enter the amount you wish to pay. Enter the Muvi TV account number, omitting the dash before the last digit. Then select the amount you wish to pay.
For inquiries, call customer care on 0764 250055 or 0764 250052 or 0978 732 411 or 0978 732 412.
Place a bet, search on the web or get the app. OneXBet Bookmaker Company.
As COVID-19 cases keep rising, many business entities are affected and their revenue keeps going down. But together, we can fight COVID-19. Rumpi Enterprises provides you and your organization the safety you require in these hard times of the COVID-19 pandemic by using effective disinfectants procedures such as knockdown and residual disinfecting that helps prevent and get rid of COVID-19. We do knockdown and residual disinfecting procedures for homes, offices, hospitals, churches, and many more. Protect yourself and the people around you and get your business running with our powerful trusted disinfectants. Call Rumpi Enterprises on 0955 767835 or 0955 992230 or come to the 3rd floor, room 3, Tazara House, corner of Dedan Kimati and Independence Avenue. Follow us on Facebook, Rumpi Enterprises Limited. Always remember to observe the COVID-19 guidelines. Mask up, sanitize, social distancing, and staying.
Chill, my guy. Aleisa umbone.
Aleisa tumuone wenkoyo.
She's sparkles.
Do you guys have anything big?
Oh. Epo hivi.